Madi TV. Parane vozotri e.
Winners of the Liga, they're back performing well. Pot 1 is where you want to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at pot 2.
And pot number 2. Now, there are some huge clubs in pot 2. Manchester United, we could see a Manchester United-Man City derby, pot 1, pot 2, and of course, the most successful European team. For all the teams in pot 1 are going to be tough games for anyone in pot 2. But do you know what? Who I'm excited to see?
Who?
Borussia Dortmund.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
They've got just an away day to dive for. The fans are some of the best supporters in the world, and they definitely turn it on in the Champions League nights. But that's enough of pot 2.
Yeah, enough of pot 2. Let's move on to pot 3. Who have we got in pot 3? Okay, we've got Braga, Eindhoven, Lazio, Cervena Zvezda, Copenhagen, Salzburg, Shakhtar Donetsk.
AC Milan. Do you dream of Champions League nights at the San Siro with AC Milan? I'm really looking forward to seeing them in this year's Champions League. But again, a group and a pot that has got some really big clubs with good history in European football.
Yeah, Lazio again, all the history there. I tell you what, I'm just buzzing. I'm buzzing for this season. It's so exciting. Let's take a look at pot 4. What have we got in pot 4? Where are you, pot 4? Come to me.
Caroline, it's arguably the pot I'm most excited for. I'm not even a Newcastle fan.
I know.
But to have them back in the Champions League is amazing for the northeast of England. And St. James's Park is going to be rocking.
Oh, it's so exciting. Those fans, I'm not a Newcastle fan, but those fans, much like your team, they put on a good show.
I haven't seen your club in any of these pots either.
Okay, all right. Let's calm down. Calm down.
We're both empty. Our clubs don't make it at all.
Oh, I love it. Well, guys, you can't see, but the fans have started to line the red carpet. We get a roar every time a VIP comes past. People, it's the glitterati of the football world. And Lucy Jones went behind the scenes earlier this week. Check this out.
I've managed to get behind the scenes at the Grimaldi Forum in Monaco ahead of tonight's big draw. Now, the rehearsals are taking place, and I'm going to show you things you don't usually see. Now behind me, Reshmin and Pedro are rehearsing. It takes hours to make it look as spectacular as it's going to tonight. And if you take a little peek closer behind them, you'll see those famous bowls and the ball in them they're going to put their fingers into later. From the posh red chairs to the side of stage where you don't often get to see this view, this is where the magic really does happen. And I'll tell you one thing, it's really hot. Champions League theme tune, what rendition between the two of you at all?
I only know the chorus.
I don't know the words. Let's go for it. 3, 2, 1. Do you actually know the words?
Well, to the chorus, I think so.
So after the ceremony, all the winners are going to be coming backstage and standing in front of these boards where they'll stand here with their trophy. Hopefully, we might see a little. And this is where the world's media are going to gather to chat to the biggest stars. Right, I can't show you any more, but make sure you tune in later to enjoy the awards and the big draw. It's going to be a cracker. Oh my God.
The champion.
Mic drop.
Thank you, Lucy. No, that was nearly worth a mic drop. I think we can do better. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we can.
Here come the champions. We need to get Reshmi when she comes past, because I tell you what, that effort we just did, I think it was better than theirs. But
She's actually got a beautiful
amazing voice. I know. I don't think she showed it off to her full potential there.
No, she's
but
a dark horse.
I did like it. But tonight is not just about the draw. We're also going to find out the winners of the men's and women's Champions League Player of the Year. But let's start with the men's. We've got Kevin De Bruyne.
I mean, so much to say about Kevin. I tell you what, in the final, when he went off injured, I thought City were out.
City have struggled to get there for so long, fell at the final hurdle. I thought they've just lost their star man.
Yeah.
But they only went and lifted the trophy. But he's been one of the most creative players in recent years for football. 7 assists in the Champions League last year.
He is undoubtedly like the creme de la creme. And what was interesting was Erling's face when he went off injured.
Yeah.
He was worried. And when Erling's worried, we should all be worried. But they didn't need to be because they still managed to do it.
Talking about Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
He is also on the list. And it's hard to really say anything else about this man's year this year. He's like the biggest bagsman in world football. Just scores from impossible angles, left foot, right foot, header, over the head kick. Erling Haaland, incredible season.
4 trophies, including the Super Cup, and he's only just turned 23 in the summer. He is living the dream.
Living the dream with exceptional Norwegian hair too.
I mean,
it's great. I love it. When he gets out the pony top knot, you know that the Premier League is in big trouble. Over
I think
35.
Liam sounds a bit jealous. Are you jealous of his top knot?
If I could grow one like Erling, I would, but I can't.
Okay.
He's also 6 foot something,
I mean,
which I can only look at.
Yeah,
But
we'll both be like this.
I think the thing I'm probably more jealous of, over 30 goals in the Champions League already at 23 years of age.
We could talk about him for the whole show. He's incredible, but I've got to move on to the next one because our next nominee is the one and only Messi the GOAT.
He is
Messi
the
the
GOAT.
GOAT.
It's hard to argue with him. His numbers are unbelievable. Even for PSG last year. 7 games, 4 goals, 4 assists.
Yeah, he was underrated. I mean, he did really well when you look at the numbers, but it was just the way he started, and I think people don't forget that sometimes. But we need to forget it because he is the GOAT. He's living his best life in Miami, and I'm really happy for him.
I've loved it. He looks like he's enjoying his football again.
Yeah.
And after the World Cup, I don't know about you, one of the best World Cup finals. And I think that Kaz,
live.
She's not actually mentioned to me that the whole time we've been here. And if I had, it would have been one of the first things I'd said. Excuse me, hello, I was at the World Cup final, the Messi final.
I was pinching myself the whole time going, have I just witnessed this?
Yeah.
It was incredible. And I'm so, even though, can I just say, I'm Brazilian, but I was very happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, for him to top off his career, the one thing he was missing most in the world, that World Cup, to see him lift the trophy, I think most of football was supporting Lionel Messi in that game.
Yeah, I don't know how many Brazilians were, but I was, because you've just got to put respect on that name, Lionel Messi, the one. But guys, without further ado, guess who we're going to go back to? It's the third party to our lovely trio. It's Lucy Jones with the fans. Lucy, what are the fans saying?
Thank you, guys. Can you work on that singing, by the way? Definitely need some practice. I have got someone here, though, that is prepared to sing the Champions League theme tune for me. You promised me, lads. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The champions. Whatever. I don't know how to sing it. The champions.
It's good. Very, very good. Bear me a bit more oomph. Back to this lot, then. What does the Champions League mean to you, chaps?
That's the best. That's the best competition of Europe. Yes.
The best. Visca Barça.
No, puta Catalunya.
Later, boys, later. And how special is it to be in Monaco at this amazing venue? There are some big players coming back down, by the way. Are you excited about seeing some?
Yes.
Any favourites?
Huh?
Any favourite players?
Camavinga. Eduardo Camavinga. En Arabie Saoudite, frère.
As you can tell, it's wild out here and the sun is shining. It's absolutely beautiful. But I want some more singing. Who's going to sing the Champions League theme tune for me? 3, 2, 1. I think this lot needs to gargle some salt and practice, don't you? Back to you guys.
So if you could hear the roar there, it's because our special guest is not too far away. Yeah. One of the best players to play football. It's Jurgen Klinsmann. He should be on his way down the carpet any minute now. A man who got to the semi-final final of the Champions League. And Kaz, we told them we weren't going to disappoint them.
I know we told you we weren't going to disappoint you. I hope you didn't doubt, because we are here and we are getting, he is walking behind us. I am excited. He's not far away. Guys.
And Jürgen Klinsmann, the current
Here
manager
he
of
is.
South Korea, and he has just arrived. Jürgen, we've been waiting for you. How are you?
Been waiting for you. Please come straight in.
We are. This is a legends only.
Special spot here.
You do have a special spot. We're speaking to only the creme de la creme of football, and you are one of them. We are honoured you're here. How excited are you for the draw?
I mean, a Champions League draw is always something exciting, because these teams, and those are the best teams in the world. You know, they wait, who they're going to play in the group stage, and then they make up their minds who they're probably going to meet in the round of 16 and going forward. But the Champions League is just, it's where the creme de la creme is, and it sets the tone in world football, because all the national team coaches, including me, now I'm coaching South Korea at the moment, we are watching Champions League games and want to see trends. We want to see, the Pep Guardiolas of the world, the Carlos Ancelottis of the world, and so on. So what are their new strategies? What is, how are they handling the pressure? How are they handling their normal league and the Champions League at the same time? So to have that draw is a special moment for them. It kicks really off the season, and yeah, for me, it's pretty cool to watch all that from the background.
And you mentioned that it's different countries going against the best clubs from other countries. Now you're in a management seat, looking at it from a tactical point. How have you found that transition from playing in the Champions League on the biggest stage to now watching it, trying to nick a few tips off some of the best managers in the world?
Yeah, because it's a learning curve. As a player, you listen to great coaches. I had, for example, here, Arsene Wenger, we played Champions League with AS Monaco here a long time ago. And then later on, when you transition into the phase of becoming a manager yourself, you just keep learning, and you keep watching. And every time you watch then, especially the knockout phases of a Champions League, this is where you learn a lot, because you see, how they implement certain strategies, how they put together the puzzle of their players. The players nowadays, they are superstars. They're huge. So how do you deal with them? How do you deal with, especially with the players you have on the bench and have big names and our national team players, and how do you keep them quiet and all these things? And that's why we love to watch the Champions League, and we love to kind of read about, how the coaches and the managers handle their amazing rosters that they have.
I've got to ask you about Harry Kane. We both live in England. He's moved to Bayern Munich. How do you think he'll fare?
Are you a Spurs fan?
I'm not, actually.
I'm not.
The
heartbreak has remained. I'm not a Spurs fan.
I don't know if the interview is over now, but but listen, I'm doing here and there television work in the United States still, in between my job and having Harry moving over to Bayern Munich is a huge deal. It's really a huge deal. Not only gives a huge kind of a value to the Bundesliga in this moment. The club is one of the best in the world and has always been one of the best in the world. But also he steps out of his comfort zone. And that was, I wished for him that he would do that move, because not only because we had always the talk about winning titles and winning trophies, he needs that, that's and then the other said, he has to beat, Alan Shearer's record and all that stuff. But I said, that's not the point. The point is, he's going to live a completely new lifestyle. He's introducing his family to the German culture, which is a different culture, is a different way of doing things. He hopefully picks up a little bit of German over the time, and he will. But this experience, nobody can take away anymore from him. If you look down the road in 5 or in 10 years, and at one point he will stop his career, he will look back and says, thanks God I've done that step. And I'm sure he's doing well on the field. He's doing already. He's got already 3 goals in 2 games. He will do his job on the field. Hopefully he's going to get a chance to win this Champions League. I really wish it for him, but also for Bayern Munich, obviously. But I'm really happy that he did it.
And you've got your own South Korean player interest watching the Champions League this year. Will you be keeping a special eye out?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now I have 2 reasons to go to Munich. I see Harry and I see Kim Min-jae, which is one of the best defenders in the world. And he showed that he was voted for best defender in Serie A last season. So he's really, really gifted. So even more reason to watch the Champions League.
And my final question, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, both in the draw. How do you think they'll fare this season?
I think both rosters are extremely strong, because both now over the years, they only strategically added a piece or two or three maximum. So there was not kind of an overhaul of a roster. You know, some teams, they often change too many players, then it changes the chemistry and it changes the flow of the game and all that. But they strategically only maybe added two or three pieces. So I think they have such a strong culture now built over the last years with their group of players that they're both capable to win it.
Yeah, again, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. Go and enjoy the draw.
Get inside. The action's not too far
Get
away.
a drink, have fun. Thank you.
Well, look, the guests here are coming thick and fast. It's legend after legend coming down this carpet. And you know what? They're all coming via us.
They are.
I think we've got another one on the way, have we?
Yes, we do. Vitor Baia, please come in. Olá, tudo bem?
Tudo bem?
I can't join in that joke, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Vitor, how special is it to be here at the Champions League draw in Monaco with all of the fans?
It's amazing returning to Monaco. It's incredible to enjoy this amazing gala, and we are very happy to be once again in the draw of the Champions League.
Now you can hear Luis Figo has just walked down the carpet. You can hear what the Champions League means to the fans. It really is the pinnacle of football.
Luis is one of the best Portuguese players ever. It was my teammate in Barcelona and in Portugal national team. And it's good to feel the people that they still loving us. It's amazing.
And I've got to ask you, winning the Champions League. I mean, not many people have done it. It's not bad. It's everyone's dream. Boy, girl, dog, man. Everyone wants to do it. You've done it. Talk me through those moments, if you can remember.
Incredible, because winning the Champions League with FC Porto, it's something really incredible. It's like winning 10 Champions League with Real Madrid and Barcelona. It's history. I think we are the only club that is not in the Big Five that won that incredible competition, the most important competition of the world. It's why we work as a player to reach that goal, and for me it's amazing to be a part of the restricted players that won the Champions League.
And special moments for Porto. They're in pot 2 tonight. Looking at this season, Man City are the holders, but how can Porto do going into another season of Champions League football?
We are very competitive, you know. We are very competitive, and we will wait for the draw, and we don't afraid of nobody, and we go fighting. It's all at the end. Yeah?
It's a big shout. There's some big clubs in the draw, but we're not afraid of anyone.
That's what you need to have. That's the attitude. I need to ask you as well, when you watch games now, is there still that young player in you going, I wish I was out there?
If I don't understand.
Is there, quando você assiste o jogo agora, tem uma parte de você que fala, nossa, eu queria estar lá?
Only the big games, Champions League games, finals. It's okay. The other ones, okay. I'm in another part of my life. I'm now as a director. My focus is in that I can do it something really special also in the management, and that's why I'm focusing that.
And tonight we're also going to find out who has won the men's and women's player of the Champions League. The three on the men's side: Haaland, De Bruyne, Messi. It's going to be a tough one.
I think it will be between De Bruyne and Haaland, because they won the Champions League, and they have to start also his legate, you know, and maybe today.
And on the women's side, Aitana, Olga, and of course Sam Kerr. Two of them have won the World Cup. One of them won the Champions League and the World Cup. It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's tough. That one is very, very difficult. I will not say a name because it's that one. It will be in the women's. It will be very, very difficult. I don't want to say nothing about that.
Well, how have you enjoyed being here in Monaco? You're looking forward to the draw. I bet you're dying to get a little drink. And your beautiful wife.
Yeah, she's waiting for you.
I think we need to get you on camera with your beautiful dress. What's your wife's name? Andrea. And can we just get a look at how beautiful Andrea's dress is? And Andrea, você tá linda.
Thank you. You are very kindly. You are so beautiful also.
Guys, look at Andrea making my life so happy.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm just going to go over
I'm
here.
just,
I'll see you later,
You can
Kaz,
leave.
yeah?
We're friends
All right,
now.
see you in a bit.
Guys, enjoy the draw. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Oh, she's beautiful,
I thought,
isn't she?
you just replaced me there, Kaz.
Almost did.
Yeah.
Almost did. If you'd have handed her the mic, she'd have taken it.
Well, look, we mentioned it there briefly. Not just the men's awards, we've also got the women's player of the year
Yes.
and the nominees. Again, you mentioned them there.
Yes.
A really strong list.
Well, Aitana, she won the Champions League and the World Cup. That's.
Does it get better than that?
I think she can retire happy.
Yeah.
And then our next lady, Olga, out in the group stages.
Yeah.
But she put in a fantastic performance and again won the World Cup.
Broke a few English hearts in the
She
World Cup
did with
final.
that
But we
goal.
forgive you for the unbelievable Champions League campaign to get yourself on this very special list.
And our third nominee, your friend.
It's the one and only Sammy Kerr. Now, Sam Kerr's the kind of player, any game, Chelsea, she's there, pops up with a goal. They might not even be playing that well, and you can always rely on Sam Kerr to chip in with a goal.
Yeah, she's an absolute game changer.
Yeah.
Literally, she's fantastic. She's doing so well for Chelsea this season. And I think this is just the start for her. And the Matilda, she did so well for the Matildas in the semi-final. They didn't win it, but she's had a fantastic season. So who knows? She could be up there.
And really transcended the sport of her country for our home World Cup.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to choose out of those three. But
No, let's not. We
I
don't
think
have to.
people are waiting to see a few more of their heroes. And Lucy is somewhere along the carpet with some of them.
Hello, I'm the other side of the carpet. Guys, I'm well gel. Jurgen Klinsmann. I love that guy. So I found some beautiful fans this side of the carpet. This little guy loves the Champions League. How much do you love the Champions League?
I love Champions League because one of my club is one of the great champions of this tournament, and I really look forward to this night tonight to see what teams are going to play against each other's, and I hope our team gets the best teams.
Yeah, and show me your signatures that you've collected, because this is pretty impressive. Who have you got here? Check this out. He's been busy, this guy.
So I got Baresi, Vidic, Ambrosini, and Simon Sabor.
Amazing. And you've been waiting for this moment, haven't you? 4 weeks to come here.
Yes, 4 weeks. I've been waiting for 4 weeks to come here.
Well, guess what? You're here.
Yes.
And what about you? How does why are you here? Why did you choose to come down and sit in the sunshine in beautiful Monaco? Can't think why.
Yes, we're on vacation and we heard about this and we really want to come here.
And you love football?
Yes, we do. We love Feyenoord.
Yeah.
And you've got boyfriend and girlfriend watching football together? That's cool.
She's actually for Ajax, the opposite side.
Yes.
And I'm for Feyenoord.
Awkward. Right, and let's move along here. What do you love about the Champions League and Europa League? Talk to me.
I love to watch the Champions League because it's like the best team in Europe playing against each other. So it's not a football game. It's like a show. It's a spectacle, as we say in French. So it's fantastic. Yeah.
And I really love your bucket hat. Right then, you two, back to you. Hopefully, some more banter is in order.
Thank you so much, Lucy. I'm sad I didn't bring a bucket hat or a T-shirt to get some signatures from some of the players.
Maybe we could try and find one for you because the draw is almost taking place. It's going to be inside on the stage. Can we just do a little recap of the pots? I would love to see, I don't know if it's going to happen, but Bayern Munich, because of Harry Kane, take on Arsenal.
It would be incredible. He'd be back scoring goals in a North London derby. And I can already see the Instagram caption, North London. He'll have to say red for once. Will he do it or will he not? I don't know. But these pots could also throw up some huge games. We could have another Manchester derby. And Manchester is a city that on derby day is electric.
Yeah, you live there, so you know how exciting it is. It's a bit sad that your team aren't in it.
Yeah, I know. But
let's take a look at Italy. Because I think we've had a few seasons where they haven't quite been there. But last season, I think Italy are back. I can't wait to see how Inter do it.
No, I know. And Napoli in the Champions League, they had such a strong recent few years in the competition. It's going to be really good to see the best of Europe going together head to head.
I love it. Well, that's all we've got time for because the draw is about to take place on that stage, but we will be back a little bit later. See you soon. I love it. The draw is about to take place. We'll be back a little bit later. See you soon.